Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hypermobile Friendly Workouts. My name is Eva, and I am so excited to take you guys through today's 10-minute super beginner workout for wrist strength. This one has been by popular request. I know hypermobile wrists are such a thing. So today we're gonna walk through some super simple techniques that you can use in 10 minutes or less throughout your day to help increase your wrist strength, health, and function. So you're not going to need any props for this, and I do want to remind you guys, if anything is not feeling good to you today, if anything is not feeling beneficial, please just don't do it, because ultimately there is no point in pushing through a bunch of pain just to say you did the workout. That is not what we're here for. So without further ado, we are going to dive right on in to keep this short and snappy. Find yourself in seated and standing, stop wherever you are in your day, and you're just gonna find your right forearm. And we're gonna start with a little bit of release work. Now I know what some of you guys might be thinking, as we just kind of palpate, press lightly up and down the forearm, you might be thinking, wait, I'm hypermobile, I'm already super loosey-goosey. I don't wanna do or need to do any release work. If this isn't feeling good to you or serving you, and it doesn't feel beneficial, just go ahead and skip this section. But a lot of us with hypermobility actually carry a lot of tension in the forearms because our wrist joint is a little floppy. So, hello. That face I'm making right there, if any of you guys have done your fascial release, the fascial release classes with me, we're looking for spots that feel a little spicy. Just a little like, whoo, not painful, but just like, oh yeah, that's tighter than I thought it was. It might be on the underside of the forearm. It might be on top of the forearm, but you're gonna find those muscly sections of your forearm. And I just want you to take maybe 20 more seconds with me to just kind of massage it out. Self-massage is all we're doing here, guys. I do this a lot on my forearms because I do a lot of laptop work these days, and it makes for some tight forearms. Okay, now before we switch over to the other side, do me a favor and just let your hands like hang out for a second. Now softly flex and extend your fingers. Do you feel a difference between the right and left side now? Like really, drop it in the comments if you do, because my right arm, which is the one I just released, feels so much more smooth and fluid in motion. This side, I'm feeling a lot of tension here. So let's switch over to the other side. We'll do 30 to 40 seconds. And I'm not even doing like deep trigger point release on the forearm in this video. I'm just doing like I said, just like a little bit of self-massage to bring more blood flow, to start moving the tissue a little bit, because some of you guys may not know this, but majority of our wrist and hand and finger function starts up in the forearm. So these muscles are actually responsible for a whole lot of articulating movement, and we don't give them a lot of love. The biceps get all sorts of love, the shoulders do, but not the forearms. So let's give the forearms some love. Oh man, this one is actually, it's more in the top of my arm this time. So let's take 10 more seconds. And then we are actually going to begin just a little bit of simple exercise. Alrighty, sorry, I'm gonna take 5 more seconds because this feels really good and like my forearms really need it. All right, go ahead and relax. Okay, now just flex and extend softly and easy. How is it feeling? Mine feel much more even now, like everything feels just a little bit more fluid and open. So now I encourage you to join me down on the floor in kind of whatever position feels good for you. I like to do crisscross because I'm gonna use my knees for support. You guys, if you're standing or seated differently, you can just hold on to your forearm. You're gonna get a little bicep workout on the other side, and this is the position you wanna be in. So palm up on the right side. Let the wrist drop down. So simple here, guys. You are going to slowly curl your palm towards your forearm and then slowly release it. Now, the key word here is slowly as we cycle through about 8 to 10 of these. Oh my God, this is like, annoyingly harder than I want it to be. We're gonna slowly curl up and down. Don't worry too much about what your fingers are doing. Just try and keep them as relaxed as you can. We really want to focus on this movement not coming from the fingers. So we're not trying to lead with the fingers. We're almost trying to think about shortening these muscles to pull the palm up and then softly lengthening them down. Let's go for just a few more. We'll go 4. And you guys don't have to make this a huge range of motion to start. Maybe it starts pretty small and you try to build as you go through the movement. We're gonna go last 2. Make sure you let it drop all the way down. Don't hold it up with tension. Let's go 1. Bring it down. And I'll tell you, by the end of that, I actually got much more range of motion. So let's go to the other side now. We're gonna go 8 to 10 here. Starting, just seeing kind of where your hand is hanging. And then we curl up. Ooh, not as easy on this side for me. And down and up. And again, if you're maybe seated or standing in a different position, like this can also perfectly acceptable. Dawns upon me, if you have a countertop available to you, you could also like lean on the edge of your countertop and do it over the edge there, but this works well for me, and I don't have access to a countertop right now. Let's go 4 more. Try and connect into that, and then we let it lengthen for 3. Ooh, yeah, a lot harder on this side. I'm much more tense. Let's go 2 more. Good. Ooh, trying to keep the hand relaxed. We're gonna go 1 more together. And then relax. Beautiful job, guys. Alrighty, see how everything's feeling for a second. Wow, feels quite a bit different in my hands now, which is very cool. So we're gonna do the exact same thing, opposite side, back on the right side with the palm facing down. So now we're going into extension. Oh gosh, this is so much harder. You guys are gonna lift. You see how much I'm trembling? Ooh, and then lower the palm down. And just try to keep the hand and fingers relaxed. We're activating the top of the forearm. Start small. I am starting small. And if you're like me and things are shaking or really not feeling very accessible, don't freak out. We live in such a flexion society with our hands on our phones and our fingers typing all day long. Our wrists rarely have an opportunity to do this movement anymore. And so that could very well just be why it's harder to access. Ooh, but see that? We got a little bit more rhythm going. Let's go 3 more. 2. And 1. And relax. Let's go right over to the other side. So let the palm relax. We're gonna lift from the wrist. Oh man, that's hard. Let's go again. Exhale, lift. So you're gonna feel these muscles turn on a little bit. And let's go again. Lift. And lift. We're gonna go 5 more, keeping everything else just nice and soft. You're welcome to like sit in a chair that's supporting you, whatever feels good. We want this to be really wrist focused today. No tension anywhere else. Let's go 2, because I lost count. Let's go 1, see if it smooths out. Beautiful, beautiful job, guys. Okay, take a moment. How do the wrists feel? How do the hands feel? My goodness, that feels quite a bit smoother on my end. So let's now take the palms down, and we're gonna just do something super, super simple. All I want you to do here is start with the palms down, lift and flip. Lift and flip. So now we're not really working so directly in the wrist because our wrist doesn't really do that. This is happening much more at the forearm, at the elbow joint. So we've got this rotation happening, which is actually also very important for wrist function, because if these muscles up here aren't firing well, the end of those muscles is down here at the wrist. So we got to make sure we're really evening everything out. Take your time with this one. Let's go. 2 more. Should feel kind of nice and easy. 1 more. Beautiful job, guys. Okay, now if you would like a little challenge, this is something where if it's not feeling good for you today, please just don't do it. But if you want a little challenge to see where your wrists are, let's take your palms into the mat, the floor, whatever you've got handy. You could do this against a wall and just put a little bit of weight into the wrists and then bring it up. And then put just a little bit of weight, guys. I'm barely putting any real weight here. And bring it up. I'm gonna put a little more weight because I actually feel good for it. So let's put a little bit of weight and then sit back. 2 more. Put a little bit of weight and 1 more. Boom. And relax. Beautiful job, guys. So hopefully that challenge felt good to you. Like I said, if that was too much to go straight down, you can totally do that on a wall and just start there. And then as that starts to feel easy, bring it down to the floor. One of the best phrases that I love to use, and I learned from someone else, was the only way to strengthen your wrists is to strengthen your wrists. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope your wrists and hands are feeling good, a little more mobile. If you enjoyed this workout, please like it, subscribe to the channel, comment, tell me how the wrists feel, and I will see you guys back in another video very soon.